We have talked about app services, overview, plan, and the features, a lot of things. But today we are going to talk about the demonstration. It's a simple video of deploying an app service, nothing much. So let's see how can we deploy app services, how can we create app service plan, and the relevant things. So you need to go here in the search bar and type app service, and you'll find app services. You can create the plan separately as well and choose that plan while creating your app service, just like we can do that in the case of Azure SQL database. We can create the logical server separately, and we can create while creating the Azure SQL database. Similarly, we can do same thing in Azure App Services. So just like any other resources in Azure, we need to provide some settings that we want for our app services. So the very first thing is the resource group. Okay, I'm going to create one. I'm going to give it a name, app.rg. It's for the app services. Now, this is something which should be unique. This URL, this will become your app services URL. So let me give it something, app service. Let me put some numbers to make it unique. Now, here is something you need to focus upon. You can publish your code directly, okay, by choosing the operating system, Linux or Windows at the back end. If you follow this approach, you need to select the runtime stack. For example, .NET Core or ASP or Java, Tomcat, anything. Okay, for this demonstration purpose, let's select 3.1 Core. Now you can see the operating system is not grayed out anymore. You can select Linux, you can select Windows. It all depends on your developer's code, how he wants to deploy his code in the app services. Okay, if you want to select Docker container, you can do that as well. In the same way, it asks for the operating system. You could have the Docker container, a Linux Docker container, and Windows. I know Windows isn't up to the mark as compared to the Linux Docker containers, but it is there if you want to opt for it. Then you need to select the region and all. So just for the demonstration sake, let's do .NET Windows. Region is North Europe. That is absolutely okay with us. Now this is the plan. This is what I was talking about, app services plan. We have already created a separate video on app services plan and the costing as well. So let's take a look. If you click on the change size, this is nothing but this is the backend compute that you want for your app services. We have dev and test, production, and isolated. We have already talked about these various options that we have to choose for our app services plan. Just to rejog your memory, if you select dev and test for the demonstration like we are performing right now, for your testing, you can choose this. It has shared infrastructure for F1, that is the free one. We do have shared infrastructure D1 and B1 there. You can see here we have the compute of 60 minutes free of cost. Same here, 240 minutes per day compute power, okay, in the dev test environment. And we do not have much of the features that makes app service wonderful and unique. To opt for those features like custom domain, SSL binding, deployment slots, traffic manager integration, you need to select a different plan. For example, production. Here we have different categories, S1, it's for standard and premium. Premium V2, P2 V2, P3 V2. They all have almost same features, but the quantity goes up and down. For example, if you choose this, you have you do not have any deployment slot IC, right? For the production standard. But if you see premium, okay, oh, sorry, we had the slots. My bad, it's not deployment slots here, it's staging slots. We can go up to 5, but if you choose next one, we go up to 20. And you have this, ACU is Azure Compute Unit. We have 100 in total for this plan and 1.75 gigs of memory. So these things can increase the compute power along with the features. We have custom domain feature, we have slot feature, auto scale feature, backups, traffic manager, those kind of features. Okay. If you go to isolated, in production, it is the compute isolation. If you go to the isolated plan, it's the network and compute both isolation. Okay. And this plan are running inside the same VM. All right, we have the separate VMs here, but here everything is isolated, connected, network isolation. Okay, so for our demonstration sake, I'll select the free, of course. Click on next monitoring. We have here application insight. Yes, it will help you to monitor your application. That we will cover under the monitoring video, but this is just the demonstration video, so nothing much. Let's click on create, and it will validate the settings that we have requested, and it will create the app services for us. So our app services been deployed along with the plan. Let's click on go to resource, and there we are. This is the UI for our app services, and this is the link that we have been created. If I click on that, or if I copy it and paste it here, you will see your oh, sorry, come on, don't do that. Paste. No, not happy. All right, copy it and paste it here. Let's hit enter, and you'll see the app service. There we are. This is the app services. This is the blank one. So the default page is something which is provided by Microsoft for us. And even here, you can go to the deployment center on the MS Docs, of course, and the quick start. This is the default page. So that's how it looks like. And a few things we can check here. We have a deployment section here, deployment slots for your different environments like QA, stage, prod. You can swap the slots. We will talk about those or do the practical. We have the deployment center where we can choose for the deployment of our codes through the DevOps thing like the CI/CD pipelines, use Azure DevOps, GitHub, Bitbucket, LocalGit, and the manual as well, like the FTP, Dropbox, OneDrive. Okay, there are other options like custom domain, backups, authorization, certificates, scale out, scale up, those options from here. We have the app service plan that we have choose, a separate UI. Okay. If you go, for example, you can change the plan from here as well. If I click on deployment slot, it says you don't have that feature in the current app service plan that you have chosen. So it is not like if you choose one plan, you're stuck with it. You can upgrade it, of course. And that's how the approach is. You don't go and apply for the heaviest or the more costly plan, but you choose the minimum first. As per the feature needed, you can keep upgrading your plan. For example, you don't need 20 slots, you may need only 2, so you can go for standard plan, right? All right, so That's all about the basic demonstration. Okay, we'll try to cover a lot many of these in our next videos. Well, so thank you for watching and you have a good day. Bye bye.